Hi, and welcome to this sales training course, which is called the Foolproof 6-Step Plan to feel like a sales queen before getting on this strategy call. Before we dig into the training, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself so you know who is talking. My name is Katrina. I'm a Swedish person living in Denmark with my daughter, who is 5. I have been working with sales for a very long time. I've been working with sales and sales management for 25 plus years. And I started my first sales job 96. So I can assure you that I know what you're going through. I've been there. I have been thinking this is dreadful. Couldn't get to. I hated picking up the phone from actually be able to be very good. It started actually. I got this light bulb moment they're talking about. Well, this is when I started my first sales job. It was so bad that I thought I'm going to quit it. So I have to go out on the stone. I was up in the north in Sweden. My first sales job, and I really needed some money and be good at something. And it was terrible. But I was sitting there thinking, all right, I need to either give it up, go home, or really give it a try. So I said to myself, I wanted to give it a try. And somehow I managed to change my focus from myself to that person I'm going to meet. And this, I'm going to talk a bit about that later on in the training. So, and that's what I mean. If I can do that, you can do that. And after doing that, I became one of the best sales reps on that company. And I've sold many things after that. I've selling ads on a plastic folder online, and I've sold events and political campaigns after that. And also, as many good sales reps do, became a sales leader, sales manager, and sales director. I've also taken some master coaching with Tony Robbins for 6 months and some business management because that interests me, how to structure up the sales team and organization. And that's actually why I wanted to write the book, Become the Boss. And I'm so lucky now that I can help other people. And I love that. And I think it's because I've been there myself. I know how lonely you can be. And if I can help you to prepare yourself for that strategy call and become that sales queen that you are worth of being, I'll be thrilled. So, over to you. Do you recognize this? If this is any of these resonate with you, you should stick, because this is what we're going to try to solve for you. So sales is hard, or sales is a struggle. Big fear around it. Don't want to feel pushy or aggressive. Don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. This is some of the key points what I felt, and also what a lot of my clients feel. So it's nothing new and it's nothing strange. I think really a lot of people feel like that when they start to sell something. So stick around, and I'm going to learn you the formula to increase sales by at least 50%. Yeah, I assure you that. If you stick to this, what I'm going to teach you now, and you're going to feel so much more confidence. And I think that's a lot of what sales is about, is how to feel confidence. Because when you're confident and sure about yourself or what you're selling, and that will show, you will glow, and that will make the client feel very confident that to work with you. I'm going to help you to improve your motivation, increase your sales efficiency, because even if you want to be good at selling, you want to do it a lot. So you have that sales and the revenue every day and every week and every month. and that you can rely on it, that you have the same revenue every week, or at least growing in a constant level, so it's not ups and downs all the time, because that really can get on your nerve. And I want you to be the sales queen everyone wants to buy from, and how to make some more money. That is what we're going to achieve today. I put my campaign here. This is my entire blueprint on sales management. And to be honest, you have a business. So you are doing your own sales management in your own business. So it's important that you get the best sales culture and the best results. And I'm not going to go through all this with you today. I'm just going to focus on M, which is mindset, and N, which is nurture through training. I'm going to give you a bold statement. The sale is alpha omega in all businesses, and it needs to be done to get more customers and make money. And necessary for you to continue in order for you to continue to do what you are passionate about, your business. So, have you given yourself the training, structure, tools, and environment to succeed? This is so important. I think you think like sales, you think you are like a born sales rep, or you're not. I don't believe in that. I wasn't born as a sales rep. I trained myself to become really good. And it's strange really, because when you look at the best football players in the world, they all train, even if they are the best of the world. So everyone needs training to be good. Oh, I can just see some misspelling here, but I hope you got it. It's more important that you get the what I we're trying to say about this. So I am a Swede, so it might be something wrong spelling here, but I hope you don't mind. But anyway, so if you're not good at sales now, you can be, but you have to give yourself the time and practice to be really good at it. And if you do, you will. I promise. Briefly back to you. Again, be yourself. You are unique. You have started this fantastic business you are passionate about. You're really good at what you do, I'm sure. So be yourself, because it's you and your product you're going to sell. And that's what the customer is going to work with. So be authentic when talking on the call. Don't try to be someone you are not. And a sales queen knows her own brand. And like Jeff Bezos, I think you say his name, Amazon, is like your PB, your personal brand, is what people say about you when you are not in the room. And I think now when you are your business. You are your brand. So we become a bit about that. But I also think it's quite good to sit down and think, all right, how do I want people to talk about me when I'm not there? What would I like them to think when they're talking about me? Or what would I like them to say? We're going to talk about the MTS method, and that's what I mean is the key to success. It's the 6 steps plan to prepare you for that strategy call to increase sales in your business. And it's mindset, the training, sales training, and the structure. I know many people think the structure is quite boring, but it's actually necessary if you want to grow your business and have a stable business. So we're going to talk about preparation before the call. We're going to talk about you and your unique selling points, your mindset, and a checklist, a sales calendar. But this is really to get, really to be really good at knowing exactly. So you know beforehand that you're going to reach your income, your revenue, your sales. And also to get to know your numbers. So it's your business, it's your finances. So it's really important that you know your own numbers. So you know exactly how. So then you will know beforehand when you're getting better and better at the strategy calls, how to reach that goals, and if you want to increase, what to do. Right, so the first part, preparation. That is when you have that call booked on a strategy call, you have somebody reach out for you and are interested in to hear more about you and your product or your service. So preparation, do a bit of research about her or him, and think like, what do you need to know about the client before going on that call? Bit of Sherlock Holmes, because you're gonna solve a problem. So the more you know beforehand about the customer's needs, challenges, future opportunities, whatever, the more prepared you are. How to question, what to ask, and also in your mind, you might know, I think I have a solution. But don't rush it, because when you're on that call, think about that. Ask a lot of questions. It's not you who's going to talking. You want to know as much as possible. And the one who knows, asking, get the information, is the one who's on the power instead of the one who's talking. So think about, you want to solve a problem for somebody. So you need to know exactly the challenges, the needs, and the future opportunities. So you can go in and say, hey, it's here. I can help this client. So preparation is really good. Also for the confident, because it's always easier to talk to somebody when you think you know them a bit. Right, your unique selling point. This is also a really good practice. It's a bit of an exercise. So I would like you to take a paper and write down, if you would, a long list about what is specifically and exact positive, well, I can't even say that, it just characterizes the service of or you represent. What I mean with that is, what is specific about you? What is if you compare yourself with somebody else doing the same, where are you different? Where are you a bit better? What is the difference between you two? Because that's what the clients are going to buy. The special advantages that characterize you compared to others. And it's important that when you are there, when you have come to the conclusion, and when you have talking to that customer, and when you find out that he has a challenge, or he has a future opportunity, or he needs help with somebody, but he's not sure who to choose, it's important that you can create or visualize a value experience for that client, so he can see it beforehand, so you can translate the benefits working with you to a concrete situation and experience to the client. So try to write down everything about you that is really good. What makes you different? And you are different. We all are different. We're all unique. So, and the more you get that, the benefits, it could be, it doesn't have to be big things. It could be, and it's often the little small things that will do that somebody choose you instead of somebody else. You can be very loyal. You can be very passionate. You can be very flexible. You can have a lot of experience. You can talk different languages. Maybe you have something you can relate to, that he or she thinks that, oh, I can see myself in her or him. So make a long list, and it's like a feel-good list. Everything that makes you special to work with, a bit better than to work with somebody else, or different. So this is a really nice, good exercise for you to do, because it's good for you to know that when you get on the call, because then you know, yeah, I am good. I can do this, and I deliver it good. I'm fantastic on what I'm doing, and I know I'm going to help this, and I will keep on doing it until the client gets the result. And then that will, when you feel it, the client will feel it. Your mindset, the right mindset. Do you know it's that we all have a lot of ifs? Because when you're going out there to sell and get a lot of clients, you have to have your mindset right. And you have to take away all the ifs. People who have not succeeded have a common feature. They all know exactly why they have failed, and they are sure that they have waterproof alibi to explain why they failed. And this, I think, is Napoleon Hill's. It's a really good book, by the way. They have these 55 ifs, I think, and I've just took a few of them. If I just felt better, if the circumstances around me were just better, if I only knew how, if I could only get started, if I just was born as a sales rep, that's my own. And as I said before, it's so many ifs, and you have to get rid of them, because everybody can if they want to. Everybody can if they want to. It's just, you just need some help. So, another your mindset. You can have two different approaches. I must get on that cord. Or I choose to want to, because I see the outcome. See the business glowing. See the happy result. Don't see all the process and the hard phone call. See the outcome. You have done this business. You have created this business. And you want to see the happy result with a client. So see the outcome. And you choose to want to. And that's the result. Either it depends on who you are and why you do it. But I think life makes it a bit easier if you earn some money. At least it gives some freedom. And of course, happy clients. I think most of you probably doing something because you like to help people. You want to get serious results and get happy clients. So that's nice, isn't it? You be able to help somebody, they get better result, and at the same time earning some money. Right. Now we get into a bit of the boring one, but necessary part. And that's the checklist, the preparation before the strategy call. I mean, do a little list so you feel you're ready. And that's also is going to make you more confident. What's your goal with that customer or that client? Is that to, because sometimes maybe, I mean, yeah, of course, we all always want to get clients and earn some money, but we also want to work with the right client, right? And if maybe every call is going to get you there, you're going to be better and better the more you train. So it could be the goal is that you want to get to know the business a bit more, or ask a lot of questions. So you can say, right, with these customers, I'm not that good at this on the call yet, but I'm going to ask the client to get to know what I can do better for the next client. So it's nothing wrong to ask a customer or client to say, right, I wanted to know for my own sake, what was it that you didn't want to work with me? That is a really good question. And I think that will help you. Doesn't matter about this client. You've been honest. You've been humble. And if he's a normal, good person, he would give you the answer. And you can say, don't take it as a failure. Take it as a learning phase. And say, all right, maybe I was not that clear on that call. I will learn to do it better to the next call. The more information you get, the more you learn, the better you will be. Right? And number 2, the research. Have you the knowledge of the customer situation or product or service? As much knowledge you can get, and you feel comfortable to have a good conversation or dialogue with that client, customers of yours. And knowledge of the customer's industry is always really good to know. because things can happen, and it's always easier to talk to somebody. Normally the client, the customer need to be a bit warmed up in a call. They want to get to feel like you need that connection. And when you have something to talk about, what the customer and the client can relate to, that would always, nearly always get that wall down. You need to get that wall down. We all have that wall when we meet somebody. The bit of a, how do you say that in English? When you are not that certain, you want to check out the other person before you start to tell everything. So you need to warm them up to get that wall down. So they're open with you and you have a good dialogue about things. So, and to start to have that warm up, that customer or client could be that you talk to something he can relate to. He understands. It could be a private interest or something about his industry. So that's why it's really good to know. So, and number 4 is to picture the call. I hope I spelled that right. This is really a lot about the mindset as well. It's see that call nicely in your head. Have a go with it. See it goes nicely and smoothly. And it's also really good to prepare yourself to say, if this is, you're getting better and better at this, if he says like this, or if she says like this and answer me with this, what can I answer? So you are prepared for everything. But picture it nicely. But also, if the client would say something, you would say, something you would feel uncomfortable about. How many of you work with? Have you got any good results? Put that down. What is the worst thing a client can say on a call? And how can you prepare that? What could your answer be in a really nice, smooth way? Because then you're prepared. Right? And 5, are you dressed for success? You should think about that this is going to be good. And it's a learning, right? So, and if you are really good and you're really happy and you're dressed for success, you are good, you are so certain about everything you can, that will show through the phone. So see yourself at the sales queen before you get on that call. Right, sales calendar. Really boring word. And when I trained a lot of sales reps in my days, many of the really, really good sales reps, they were really good. They were so extravagant, I think you say, charming, and they could talk easily to everybody, but they were really bad at the structure. So if you can train a good sales rep, normally you have to train them to be very good at structure. And a combination of these two, if you learn to sell really well and you also are structured, you're gonna smash it, definitely. So schedule your sales activities. Is everything what you need to do in your business, really. Prepare, if you have, I don't know what you like to work with, calendar, Excel, or whatever, put down when is the best time for preparing customers for outreach, for example. When is a good day or time for you? I don't know about you. I know all this about you want the freedom, and that's really great. And you want to do things when you want to do it. But if you want to make sure that you want to have a certain revenue or income, I think you need to know what to do and how much you should do it. I think it's Napoleon Hill again. He says, we call it KKK in Sweden. It's like, to be really good at something, you have to be a good quality, you have to have quantity, and you have to have a feeling in it. And if you're really good at something, you have to do it so many times, enough to really make that money. And you have to have that feeling and passion about it. So it's important that you say down, all right, I'm going to do this much outreach. When is a good time for me to do that? Appointment, for example, when I'm going to book or schedule, sales training, and I put that here, even if you maybe are just yourself. But as I said before, you need to train also on the sales to be really good. And how can you do that? Well, yeah, you can. It's like when you're having if somebody asks you to have a speech on a wedding or a party, you wouldn't go up there and just fibbling around. You will probably, well, I did anyway, stand in front of the mirror and you would talk and you will look nice with a smile and you will have the right words there. It's the same with this. You need to train to say also when you with your unique selling point. What is your message? What are you really good at? How can you say that in a few seconds with your unique selling points? So that sounds really good. I'm really good at what I'm doing with this. And so you can present yourself in a sentence that sounds really good, right? So and also the voice on the phone. If you are insecure, they will hear it, and that will make the client insecure. So train on it to say your name nicely on the phone. So yeah, sorry. Motivation, right? Yeah, how will you motivate yourself to get on these calls? And when I had big organization, I really need to have structure. So we did, like on a Monday, we always prepared for the customers we want to give a ring. And so we have structured every day. And always in the morning, we had some sort of short meeting with some motivation, maybe a funny film or some good music, or we had a little chat with each other, and some of the good sales reps went up and say, well, I did really well on that, and I had this really good sales meeting, and I saw this and this, and this is my argumentation, so find something that get you in a really good mood, and maybe say if I've done this, if I saw this, I'm gonna buy myself, or I'm going to take free on Friday. Something that makes you motivated, to get on that sales call. Or I can buy me something, whatever. Right. And also, when is the good time to follow up? The sales calls, the sales meetings. I don't know if you have meetings or if it's all on the phone, and after work, you need to have some fun, right? Sales contest. I put that down as well, because I think you are your own business, even if you are yourself. I think it's really important, because it's lonely to have some fun with in your own business. And maybe you say, if I sell, like I put out a sales contest that I need to sell for this amount of money this week, and if I do that, I'm going to give myself or whatever. So yeah. So put everything down you need to do to earn that money and to get that sales goal. Right. Okay, this is a lot of text here. Get to know your numbers. Well, I mean, this is your business, and this is what you're going to live on, and you want to earn enough with money to get the freedom, or really earn a lot of money. So that's why it's important to know your numbers. Otherwise, you will end up on a Friday or in the end of the month, oh, holy Moses, I did not reach my sales goals, or I didn't have that income that I wanted. So if you are prepared with a sales calendar, you know exactly what to do, when to do, how. So you will get that income of yours. And for that, you need to know your numbers. So what I did with my sales reps, because I wanted them to know for themselves, was put that based on your sales goals. I don't know what your goals are for the month, or I've just put something here, 5 or 10K. I hope I spelled that right. If that's your goal, right? You want to know how many customers you have to sell to. So to do that, it's really good to find your average order per customer. So if you, for example, average order is what they generally buy from you. Somebody buy more, somebody buy less. But if this is of course if you have been working for a while. If you haven't, start to register. The average order is if you take for a week or a month all the customers you have, right? If that's 15, and then you have a number. You take the number, the sales, the revenue, and divide that into the customers who has bought, and then you have the average order, because then you know how many customers do I need to get to reach my sales goal. All right, then you know how many customers you need to get into your business, but how many customers do I need to visit? I don't know if you visit your customers or if you have them on the phone. And that is really, if you don't visit them, you have the call. So how many customers or clients do I need to talk to get the clients I want to buy? And that's your hit rate per customer. Because then when you go backwards, then you say, all right, I know I need to have this many customers. So I know that every third customer buys from me, or every second, whatever. Then you also know how many you need to talk to every week to get that client. And then you go the next step. You go and say, all right, now I know how many people I need to talk to. So now I've written how many customers should you contact to get a meeting. But then maybe how many customers or clients, how many outreach do I need to do, right? How many outreach do I need to know every week or every month? I don't know how you want to work to get so many on a call with me. So, and then you need, then how many clients do I need to call or have a strategy call with to get that? Because you also know when you've been doing this for a while, that even if you're booked in some calls, not everybody are there, or not, because then something happens or whatever. Something happens, so they are not on the call anyway, even if you booked it. So this is everything what happens in your business with these clients. You need to put down on a paper for a month. Or if you've been working for a long time and still feel a bit uncomfortable, you go back and see, all right, how did my last month look like? And then again, how many customers do I need? How many do I want to do the outreach for, right? So maybe I should have done this I hope you get this anyway, but this is how to get your numbers. And for you who are doing strategy calls and not doing meetings, it's like, yes, how many outreach do I need to do every month? How many of them I normally say yes? I know all this is a process, but it's good every month and every week you're getting better and better and better. But do keep up with your figures. Put that down on Excel or everything, so you get to know your numbers. Because then, when you've been there for a while, you know exactly my messages. That's not what I'm good at. But when you know, all right, yeah, I know with that message, when I go out and do 100 outreaches every day, or 50 or whatever, I know that I've got so many that are interested in and want to have a call with me or want to know more. And I then know, out of this, I know that 10 fall off, maybe. And then, when you got that structure, you got that idea of your numbers, it's quite easy for you and the activities to know how to reach your sales goals every week and every month, right? So this is a quick exercise for you. So if you are new, think about how much you want them to sell. Maybe you have one course or one program or maybe two, I don't know. So put down an average on your sales. And how many clients do you have, or how many clients do you want to have? And then you take your average order and multiply that with how many clients you want to have or you normally have. And then you have if you want to have for 4 weeks or 8 weeks. And then you get a number. And then with this training, and if you really now start to train on your sales, what if you made one extra sale per week or day? How much would that be worth? Put that number in a box, right? Because that's good. And if I mean, of course you can do it. You just need some help, some training. So train on the sale and you'll be awesome. So, and you should remember this. It does not matter if you think I can do that, or if you think I cannot do that. In both cases, you will get right. From Henry Ford. So really good luck. I really hope you got some help with this, and really, really good luck with this. Bye.